In today's episode of How Long Until Satch Destroys His Mental Health, I am going to be attempting to get to round 50 using the Essex Model 7 in Black Ops 4 Zombies. I have done a lot of these challenges, and every time I do another with a weapon that is less than desirable, shall we say, I also believe that that is it. That is the last truly miserable weapon I have to use in Zombies. But it never is it? There is always one more just hiding away in the back, knowing full well that it is in fact worse than the previous challenger. And I'm sure the cycle will repeat itself until I have unfortunately used every single gun in Call of Duty Zombies. But today's weapon of choice is the Essex Model 7. The Essex is one of two starting room guns in Black Ops 4 Zombies. You know how there's always a debate over what starting weapon is better, M14 or Olympia, Shiva or RK5. Yeah, that doesn't exist with Black Ops 4. You see, the gun that pairs the Essex as a starter is the Strife, a pistol that is incomparable to the Essex in almost every way. It's stronger, has more ammo, is easier to use, and this isn't really a factor, but you can get a free Pack-a-Punch version of it on 9. That just kind of makes it sound cooler, but it is what it is. To make things even better, I've already reached round 50 whilst using the Strife in Black Ops 4, but can I do it with the Essex? Before we get into this, please do drop a like on the video as it really does help out the channel, and also let me know in the comments what other insufferable things I should put myself through in Call of Duty Zombies. Firstly, the map, and I chose Tag to Toten. And I know the last time we were on Black Ops 4, we also played Tag, but A, this map is great, and B, it is way easier than any of the other maps on this game, and you're insane if you think I want to make my life any harder than it is currently about to be. Almost immediately after starting, I began to realize the massive mistake I had made, as I couldn't hit a single zombie in the head, even if I was using aimbot. My shots were all over the place, and considering this is a lever action single shot rifle, I was already panicking. Then on round 7 I almost took my first down, and considering my current choice of weaponry, I decided that the beginning of round 8 would be the perfect time to leave spawn and start doing all of the necessary things for power and Pack-a-Punch. You know, not like this gun was already starting to feel like it was shooting breadsticks, and the fact we were already closing in on round 10. Oh god, this is already a travesty. Yeah, you can see where this is going, can't you? Considering I had a good bit of cheddar in my pocket, I thought buying Quick Revive was a suitable idea. End of round 8, I began the treasure hunt for the zipline wheels, where this zombie thought it would be a great time to sneak up on me and give me a goddamn heart attack. After a good couple of minutes looking for the second wheel on the ship, we finally have both ziplines in place. Then for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to just open up the entire bottom section of the ship, even though I had no ammo and hardly any points to begin with. Like, just truly, what a great play there. It's now round 9 and I have no ammo at all, and it's panic stations for my 4 brain cells. Luckily, I had Wraith Fires equipped, and honestly, if it weren't for them, I'd have been taking my first dirt nap on round 9. But talking of downs, I do end up taking my first one on the very next round. Round 10, and I'm running up to Pablo. Now, I thought I had a good bit of distance between me and the zombie. No, apparently when going upstairs, zombies turn into the goddamn Flash, and before I know it, I'm down, and quite frankly, I'm a mix of pissed and just straight up confused at this point. Now, I may have killed said zombie out of frustration, which I then realized was not a good idea, as it's now round 11. I have an unpack-a-punched Essex that does about 12 damage per bullet, and now I'm stuck in the final power room. Oh, and I'm also not exactly swimming in ammo either. Once again, Wraith Fires to the rescue, and I also managed to pull myself an insta-kill, which makes getting out of there with my life just oh so easier. I grabbed myself some Winter's Whale, and then realized that I am now fully broke, with no ammo, but thankfully this final zombie drops me a maxi. And I think that's the first bit of actual good luck I had at this entire run. Dogs are on round 12, meaning it's now round 13. I have hardly any points, a gun that eats through ammo in about 14 seconds, that also doesn't kill anything or generate that many points. Plus Pack-a-Punch is still a mile off, and I've all but given up. And now on round 14, I end up taking my second down. I get hit a few times, then back off, As I'm about to jump the gap, I see this zombie to the side. So to save myself getting hit again and delaying my health regen even more, I try to get by at the side. But of course, I just don't make the jump, do I? I get trapped in the water, surrounded by just complete death, and down number 2 is now on the board. Shortly after my second down, I get the points for Pack-a-Punch, but guess who hasn't actually activated yet? Yeah, my dumbass. So, I grab the blue rock and I give it to Pablo. But, in the meantime, I also went and spent half my points on Stamina Up and a door. I will actually never learn how to just keep a hold of the points that I need. We spin the round and it's now the end of round 15 and I can finally Pack-a-Punch this god-awful gun. I throw the Essex in the Pack-a-Punch and then of course I have a zombie glued to my ass, which makes it almost impossible to grab the damn gun for some reason, and I end up taking my final down of the game. Round 15. Yeah, not a great attempt, huh? So, I ran it back. This time with a slightly different game plan in mind. Not like I actually had one in the first place, but we move. Instead of hanging about in the spawn room, round 2, and I'm out of there. My one goal now is just get Pack-a-Punch as soon as possible. I grab the blue rock and then head down to the ship. Round 5, both the zip lines are in place, and shortly afterwards I head up to Pablo, he gives me the zipline handle, and now all I need to do is turn on the final powerful golden Pack-a-Punch. Obviously though, it couldn't be so cut and dry, and as I'm giving Pablo the rock, I get accosted in a corner by a bunch of zombies and take it down. Now that I'd taken it down, I decided that instead of beelining it for the final power, that I'd instead get the points I'd need for Pack-a-Punch, so I head back to the spawn and grind together some more points. On round 9, I head up to the last power switch and get it turned on, and golden Pack-a-Punch is on and also currently active. So I make my way over and I get the Essex upgraded all the way to tier 4 Pack-a-Punch. I also got Brain Rot, which I was pretty pleased with, plus I didn't really fancy throwing in the Essex again whilst I had just a constant wave of zombie spawning, because that is quite literally how I get myself killed. With the points that I got from the Pack-a-Punch lockdown, I also managed to buy myself Stamina Up and Quick Revive before heading back to spawn. Things were looking good, and I was feeling confident. That wasn't until round 16. Up to this point, the Essex was a one-shot to the head. Pretty nice, right? Well, round 16, and it's no longer a one-shot, which I wouldn't usually be too bothered about, but this is a fully upgraded tactical rifle that are supposed to be strong weapons, and it's already starting to fall off. Just to put that into perspective, a normal, non-Pack-a-Punched Auger is just as good at this round than a fully Pack-a-Punched Essex. I knew this gun was bad, but holy hell, I didn't know it was that bad. But we've got to stick with it, so we move on. Now, the Essex may have begun to struggle, but that didn't stop me from getting it to round 25. But that was the easy part. You see, this gun really began to struggle from this point on, where it was taking upwards of 5 shots to the head to kill a single zombie. And in case you didn't know, there's a shitload of zombies per round from this point on. But I soldiered on, all the way to round 30. Round 30, and I won't lie, it's kind of my safety round. The round that I'm happy to make it to when I'm doing challenges, and to make it to said round with the Essex that was straight ass, I was happy. I was actually very happy. Now from round 30 to 33, where I end up taking my second down of the game, I'm 90% certain I was getting more kills with the Wraithfire than the gun, because this thing was just not doing enough damage. But, as I said though, I do end up taking my second down of the game on round 33. I didn't really know what I'm doing here, but I turn around, I think mainly to get the zombies all grouped together. Ultimately, I get myself stuck, and then a matter of seconds later, I'm down. The worst part about taking this down was the fact it was right at the beginning of round 33, meaning I'd either have to try and whittle this round down to the last few zombies, or risk it all and just leg it for perks now. For once, I took the smart approach and tried to whittle the crowd down as much as possible. Now that's not to say there weren't a few close calls here and there, because, you know, there was a couple, and it's safe to say not having Stamina Up on this round, yeah, not fun at all. I managed to get down to the final few zombies and decided that now is the best time for a perk run. A lapse in concentration and I run past the path down to Quick Revive. I turn back only to get blocked by a bunch of zombies. But I take a few out and one drops a nuke. Me being me, I run straight for it, only to get cock-blocked by a bunch of zombies, and I end up taking my final down. 33 rounds for the Essex, and more spaghetti brain for me. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.